God, my hair.
Now, did that come up on your...
I'm checking. I'm a check. Yeah.
Oh. Woo!
Hello, anyone.
Anyone
in the abyss.
Jennifer, so what's the next story? What's the what's the story now? You got your MRI done. What happens next now? Are we getting referred to back to the hospital, or what are they going to do? Woohoo! Joe, Lee, Jennifer. God, it's like a school teacher taking roll call.
Mm-hmm.
Elaine, Sven, nice to see you, Sven. Did you have a good Christmas? So did everybody survive? I'm looking a bit haggard. Hello again, Amanda. Hello, Anne. I literally just walked in the door from work. Normally I finish work about 9, and today there was as soon as I walked into work, I knew there was so many problems. I was greeted by problems as I walked in the door. The first word out of someone's mouth when they saw me tonight was, "I'm glad you're here. You can fix this." I thought, wow, that's how tonight's going. I know. So I ended up doing, and then I was late home. I came in the door 20 to 10. So yeah, so just mental. This is in the wrong area. This should be lower, but I don't know how to get it any. Well, maybe I could do this. Oh, do you know what, Kerry? A genius.
Fix it. You can fix it.
Shut up. Another person tells me that I'd scream.
Why don't you just use your laptop on?
No, well, what I can do is... Sorry, guys, you're going to go in a bit of a jaunt here.
Okay.
Better?
Yeah. Well, we don't need to see ourselves, but we need to see the chat.
Yeah, but I don't know how to minimize myself down. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, so I'm only in the door. There's bags under my eyes because I actually... Oh, what a flaff. Just what a flaff.
Everything's a flaff with you.
Yes, but you're going home tomorrow. Well, you're going back down to Galway tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kerry is heading back with my mum.
And it's as invigorating as it sounds.
Because you have... Exams on Wednesday, haven't you?
I have them Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the following Monday, and then I'm done for another 3 weeks.
Okay, so what exams have you got?
Archaeology, tourism, then I have history. I'm actually quite confident in history this year.
Because that was one of the ones you had to repeat during the summer last year.
Yeah, so when I was looking at my past grades, it said, oh, I only got 40 in the one that I redid. Do you remember I only failed it by 5%?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out what they mean by the term of cap is you pass or you fail. So you're either going to get 40 and pass, or you're going to fail. And you can't get like more. So I was like, oh, that's what that meant. I don't want that stress again. I just don't.
No.
It was
no, I did say to you at the beginning of the year, the school year, the academic year, I don't want to do repeats next year.
No. The only good thing is when you're paying for your repeats, you don't pay like individual repeat prices. You pay
to repeat.
End of discussion. And then it's up to your lecturer how much they want to run you with work.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
One of my lecturers changed it 2 weeks before it was due in.
So,
cried.
Right. If you remember, sorry, I am going to be vaping throughout this video. If that offends you, I am very sorry.
Why?
But I'm giving a disclaimer because you all have to be over 18 if I'm going to have a vape. And I really don't feel like standing up and walking out every time I go to have a vape.
And it's a little bit awkward.
Yeah, I'm just going to knock that wire down. It's annoying me. It's straight across my face. Yeah. Look. Yar. So on a video before, I asked you, Siobhan, you've totally thrown me, sorry. Yeah, so on a video I did over Vlogmas, I'm not sure which one. I think it was thanks, Sven. I think it was 15, 16, could have been 17, one of them. Anyway, I asked just to give me questions. And he's all sent in some questions. So I have some questions
Mhm.
that I pulled off from the comments of the thing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the. I always like to say I'm going to vape because some people, I don't know, they get offended.
Do they?
What they get offended? They're like, you shouldn't be vaping and da 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 da. I just say
Look,
I'm
it's
going to
not
do it.
your life, it's my life, and I'll deal with my body what I want.
I
to
know,
do.
but I always say
That's
because
the
I give
attitude
everybody
I have
look,
with
Kerry,
everything.
that's fine, and I
Yeah.
get that, but you also have to give the people, if they're not happy with it, a chance to remove themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's play fair. Let's
Okay.
play fair. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what
I didn't win by playing fair.
Oh, yeah, okay. Look, we're not going down that. So yeah, so I took the questions. Now I am going to do a separate video for 2024 on my plans, what's going on with me. That isn't general, that's very specific to me, because I think I need to go into it a bit more depth about what's happening and why I'm doing certain things.
Yeah.
General
Thank you.
general questions and stuff we'll boom
Yeah.
through, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say thank you.
To Jennifer. Right, let me see. Right, okay. Sorry, Dolores. Kerry, glad to see you're doing well. That's Dolores in Seattle.
Thank you.
Jennifer, you look absolutely stunning this evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jo Smith considers herself partly Irish, as I was conceived there, apparently. Okay, that's a bit TMI, but hey ho, whatever. Kerry, you like your necklace? Oh, show.
I do.
Come up here. Show up a bit closer your necklace.
So,
it's a 222 angel number.
Yes.
Who got that for you?
Haley and Carl.
Haley and Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're very much into your angels and your.
Yeah, I got gifted a load of crystals as well, which is nice.
Mm.
And I actually don't get tarot cards, but I think that's kind of yourself. I don't know. I've never. I don't know.
Well, I do. I prefer angel cards, but I don't do tarot. I don't like tarot cards.
Yeah.
Well done, Haley and Carl. Yes, Siobhan, they did well. How are you feeling, Pet? You were very sick. And Sasha. She did. In fairness, I bought her first tarot cards. I gifted her first tarot cards.
They were weird.
They were weird, but they were nice. You still have them.
I still have them. They're just weird.
No, sorry, Jo. It wasn't too much information. It was just funny because there was. I have a story. I'm always laughing. My son, my daughter was 8 weeks. Well, she wasn't. She was 5 weeks old. No, 5 weeks old when I conceived Carl, and I think the trauma. I don't know, but we always go back to anytime we go back to Tenerife. I keep saying, "You were conceived here," so he doesn't like it at all. But what can you do? But look, it is what happened. It's not, jaw drop. Why? What's the jaw drop for?
Because most people, actually, if not all women, are told to rest and heal.
No. You're told if you're bruised, if you're scarred, if you're anything like that, do not do anything. I was none of the above. And I was young, very young.
We know that.
So, yeah. My youngest granddaughter was born on February the 22nd last year. Oh, wow. Well, it'd be nice. Nearly one. Yeah. Carl's the 25th of February. My grandfather was the 25th of February. And my cousin, who's exactly 30 years older than Carl.
To the minute.
He was born at 7:20 in the evening, and my cousin was born at 7:20 in the evening. Very funny. So Irish twins. I know there's only 10 months and 2 weeks between the two of them. And they're as thick as thieves.
Yeah.
Actually, someone was saying to me, I think it was you, Janice-san, was asking me about the kids and the bickering and were they close. Her and Carl used to kill each other to the point where I just was at my wit's end with them. Now they're fine. Kerry and Hayley. Hayley got on with everybody. She was the middle child. She got on with everybody.
Yeah.
Like she bickered with people, but she got on with everybody. Yeah. Like she never got to have a room on her own. She will tell you this till the day she dies. She never got to have a room on her own because Kerry and Carl would never
We couldn't even stand each other maybe for more than 20 minutes.
Yeah, they just killed each other.
And then we went to Spain. We're
And
still
you see-
killing. No, we're still kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
And then come one time, someone in Spain was picking on him, and I may have stepped in.
Yeah, no, but like
And that was when he was like, "Oh, you don't hate me as much as I thought you did." But
no,
we were still fairly young, though.
Yeah, I mean they were always I suppose children. Everybody's trying to find the. Sorry, that was one question. Was where is it gone? Were your kids always close? No, they weren't. And anyone who tells you their kids were always close and always never fought, never.
Your kids are faking it.
But no, I mean Hayley was the middle child. She got on with everybody.
She did. Me and Hayley started
In your
butting
teens.
heads.
In
Yeah.
your teens, you start butting heads, but that's when Hayley used to share a room then with Carl.
Then we came back.
Yeah,
And then.
But I always had a rule as a parent: if they killed each other during the day, no one ever went to bed not speaking to another. If I had to sit up till 12 o'clock at night and they were nodding on the chair,
It really wasn't fun.
No one went.
You nearly forgive each other just because you both wanted to sleep.
Yeah, I just could. No one went to bed on a row. That was the rule in the house. No one went to bed angry. You could be angry.
Yeah.
But you sorted out whatever it was, and I mean sometimes there was killings, and it would take hours to figure out, and sometimes it was just a pure misunderstanding. He thought she said, he said, all this, but we'd iron it out before bed.
Yeah.
Now they still mightn't be talking, but we'd iron everything out. But yeah, no. As they get older as well, they learn how to tolerate each other a bit more.
Mellow out, and you're like,
yeah, but you learn that like his personality is his personality, and you compromise for that. He compromises for yours. Everybody like it.
I can't even remember why me and Carl never got on.
It was just, I think, you just clashed. I think
yeah, it was. We were also quite similar in personality. We were both as stubborn as each other.
And he was always the baby.
I wouldn't back down. He wouldn't back down, and then we'd just be in like a stalemate. And I think as we got older, we were just like, we're not going to argue because we're going to end in a stalemate. Yeah.
In fairness, I'm sorry, I'm just reading the comment there. I hold out hope. My middle child is a demon. My Hayley would have the worst temper than the two of them put together. And if those two were fighting and bickering, I'd get annoyed with it. But she'd lose the reason. And she'd nearly force everybody to sort it out.
No, you'd nearly both get such a shock. You kind of have to go, and then you're trying to calm down another person because it's such an overreaction, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the last fight me and Carl had was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's true, Siobhan.
I can't remember what it was over. I think it was cereal bowls. I don't even eat cereal, which is
funny.
Something like that. Something where I wanted a bowl for something and he was taking the last bowl for it. I was like, "You're always eating cereal. That's why you're da 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 da." And I don't know what happened, but Hayley was like, and because it's not, I guess, because it's such an outburst for someone who's not in the argument, it's so shocking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like she wouldn't be in the argument, but then she'd get annoyed that people are arguing and
around her
space, and then you're kind of like.
Yeah, I think the other thing is though, you're three independent children, all with your own personalities. They're all trying to fight for your little corner and your own little bit of independence.
Yeah.
So you're button, and as Siobhan says, that you're also trying to outdo each other. And
I've given up with the competitive thing because it just would drive you up the wall.
Yeah.
Hayley hasn't.
No, Hayley would still be very competitive.
Yeah. So
very, very competitive.
Here was the thing though, over the summer repeats, me and Hayley repeated same subjects together. We're both in first year. All of that malarkey. Hayley was so adamant to get into second year because she didn't want
you to go ahead of her.
Me to be ahead of her.
Yeah.
I couldn't care. We do things when we're going to do them. End of discussion.
Yeah.
Like I've just given up.
But Hayley was always competitive, and I think that is she stays motivated.
That Hayley,
like
Hayley
this sounds really bizarre, okay? Even saying it sounds bizarre because God help the poor person, right?
Mm-hmm.
She will pick someone in the class who she thinks she's on par with on the class, like
someone
exam wise, whether get around the same marks, everything. and she nearly focuses to get always try and
outdo
outdo that person.
No, there's nothing
That's
wrong
Hayley.
with that.
But that's Hayley. That's to her. She's always
There's
like
nothing wrong with that. However, when it's in the sense of life,
yeah,
academic is one thing.
Yeah,
life is another. And I turned around to Hayley and I was like, I'm not competing with you. Like I'm not playing this. I'm not doing this. And she was like, yeah, I know. I'm just going to still compete against you.
Yeah. But look, if that's what motivated her, and as long as it doesn't get out of control, and that's what, but we're very mindful of it.
Yeah. Sometimes it is though, like quite healthy to have that little bit, like because sometimes when she's really ramped up, she can ramp up you. It's nice. And then other times you're like, I'm scared. I've entered it. Like we're meant to be doing this 75 hard challenge. I don't know if anyone's heard of that. It's like where you have to like read a book every day or read a book every month, and you have to like it's kind of like help your mindset and like your physicality. So it's not like a crazy thing. It's like you're to stick to a healthy diet. Like some have cheat days, some don't, and things like that. Fine. But I'm scared, man. I'm doing this with Hayley.
Well, Hayley, when she gets her teeth into something, she gets her teeth into it, and she's like a dog with a bone. She never lets go. Actually, Siobhan, I have a very funny thing to say to you, because I mean, I was in, just so everybody is aware, I was in college with Siobhan the first year I left school, myself and Siobhan. So that's how I know Siobhan.
A few questions.
Yeah, I know. I'm keeping an eye on them. But hey, Kerry is doing an exam on, is it Monday? One of them, the touristy one. And Kerry said to me, she says, I'm doing a touristy exam. I'm struggling. And I said, oh, what do you want me to sit down? Because sometimes explaining it to your mum who hasn't a clue is the best way for you to learn it, because you have to nearly dumb it down for yourself to say it across. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we sat down and she pulls out the book or the slide thing that she had to do. And I said, Kerry, I did this the first year I left school. I did a travel and tourism degree. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, this is when I was in college with Siobhan.
My lecture, I should probably also say that like my lecture for tourism is not great. So I'm doing international.
Well, you don't find her way of learning good. That's just no.
I find her too disorganized. Yeah. I find her too disorganized, and then it's nearly like she gets disorganized by the end of the class. So when you're trying to ask questions, nobody knows what the hell's going on. Leiper's model of tourism. Google it. Fascinating.
But she sat down. She said, "Ma'am, I cannot get this. I don't even know what he's talking about."
I don't know what anyone
sat down, and I must have said 5 lines to you.
Yeah.
And she had it off to a T. And she said, how do you do that? And I was going, I have to make it so I understood it 20, 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Because I'm 47. So it would have been about 17, 18. So yeah, 30 years ago. I still remember it. And it was so funny because I'm teaching Kerry it and how to remember it. And I have dyslexia. I very bad spelling. So I do an awful lot from memory, because I can't write it down, because sometimes if I write things down, I can't read it back. Okay, very simple. But I was teaching her and she was like, why aren't you my lecturer, Mum? I was going, I'm not that educated to be a lecturer, like, but it was just so funny. She's doing the whole module that I did. And I was like,
yeah, the exact same module.
Yeah, it was
with bizarre. The exact same operating systems. Like nothing.
Siobhan, it was the bizarrest situation. I was expecting you to come swaggering in the door.
But it was just really like weird and hard to kind of like understand, because the way my lecturer kept kind of saying it is like, so you want to know like the push factors and then your pull factors, and I'm like, but isn't that the wrong way around? Like I'm so confused.
Yeah, no, you did, but we got it. We got it in the end. Right, I'm going to start some, because I can see questions coming in. Kerry, do you want to hit me with a question?
Okay, I'm going to hit me with a question. I saw Janice said one ages ago, which is, how does Kerry find Galway? I've always loved Galway, but I don't visit enough. It's good. I like staying in Galway.
As a city, it's good, yeah.
I love it. I probably will be for next year looking for a different form of accommodation. I just can't do this year. Also, I need to figure out how to apply for my student leave card. So apparently the college does it. Currently I have where I am staying right now, it's very handy. There's 2 bus stops on either side of the house. Perfect. But because I feel like they're there, I'm using them so much and I'm running down my leave card every 2nd or 3rd day. But Galway, like, because obviously all my friends are there, so when I'm not going home on the weekends, I'm hanging out with my friends, which is really
Yeah,
nice.
which is nice.
And I haven't been able to do that. So I get to do a lot of the stuff this year that I wouldn't have been able to do last year.
But as a city, Galway City's nice.
Galway's lovely. I find the people in Galway quite nice.
Yeah, they're lovely. They're lovely.
Very nice.
Yeah. Sorry, following on from that question about how do you like Galway, someone asked me, how did your mum end up in Galway? Which I thought that leads nicely on from that one. For those of you that don't know, my mum actually lives in Galway. She actually doesn't live in Galway City. She lives 70 miles out past Galway City. In Connemara. How she ended up living there was, my father was actually from there. And when his father died back in the
1987.
No, the 70s. It was the early 70s. He was dead before I was born, I think. So 74, 2, I don't know, around that. He left some land to my dad and his brothers and sisters, and they proceeded then to build a house down there. And when my mum retired, that's where they moved. But my mum loves it. She's originally from Dublin. I didn't think she'd adjust to life down there as easily as she did. Yeah. I actually didn't think after my father died that she'd stay down there, because where she is quite rural, and it's an awful lot of his family, as in first cousins, second cousins, third cousins, sister-in-laws. They're all around. So I didn't know how she would settle after he was gone. If she'd settled, but she settled in Britain. She still does her clubs. Yeah. I mean, she's a busier life than me. Clubs. Yeah, she goes 4 or 5 different clubs. She works down there. She does everything. So that way, I was surprised that she settled, but she has, and she loves it. And I think she'll be there till the day she departs.
Pretty much. The other thing is as well, where my grandmother lives, is it doesn't like come April after the Easter break every year we start to get the tourists coming down. Yeah, we get a lot of French, Spanish, German, Italian, lots of Italian last year, and a lot of Americans. Australians have been the new ones. Just kind of like there's a lot of South Africans and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but it's also where she lives is so highly marketed as well. Yeah. So for the summer, I know she was saying she might try and come down here a little bit more, just because it's not so much dangerous, but when you have a lot of tourists driving down, the roads are narrow. I went driving on them. Yeah, they're the width of the car. They're the width of the car. You people that don't know. The other thing is all her clubs and stuff stop for the summer, obviously, because people are holidaying and whatever. And with so many tourists being around, I've often said, I'm really not going to go down because it's so busy. It's so busy. So I think, she was saying she might come up here for a bit of the summer. Maybe we'll go down there for some parts of the summer. Yeah. I don't know. And obviously now with me working, she's like, oh, I'll come to you. I'll come to you. The last time, this would have been April, she decided to bring me up around the back of Clonardale, not through the green. She brought me up around the back way, which is quite small in the car. And I must have had to pull in every couple of meters. Yeah, because another car was coming down. There's not a lot of room to maneuver, and like my grandmother has a kind of a biggish car for down there. Yeah. And so every time, and I know she gets nervy once the tourists start rolling in. It's nothing against tourists. It's just the roads are small, and people tend to bring down their camper vans and things like that, because there are beautiful camping spots. But it's just the roads are not. Yeah, and it's overrun with tourists nearly. Yeah. So someone else asked, where am I going? Hang on, I saw it there a second ago. Where are you visiting in America for your holidays? Okay, well, we're going to Florida. This was a spur of the moment holiday, I think. This was, I'm not going, Kerry was going to go with the 2 girls, go shopping. Right, okay, so we're going to Florida, Orlando. Yes. They're not going over to the parks, they're going over because they want to shop. And it's cheap enough to shop over there. So we actually got a great deal. I'm going to blame Kerry totally, 100%. So the 2 girls that were going over are both 20. And they were like, no, don't want to go on our own, because obviously Florida in Ireland hits the news for all the wrong reasons. Yeah. It's either people being attacked by crocodiles or crocodiles being, caught and the largest crocodile or whatever. Yeah.
or people being shot. Like let's be honest. That's 2 reasons Florida hits the news over here. So they were like, oh, we should we go over on our own, or and then they were going on, and because they weren't in the parks, they wanted to go out and stuff. So they said to Kerry, will you come with us? And Kerry was like, yeah, of course I will. Kerry volunteers for everything, like. So she was like, yeah, of course I will. So that was grand. Everything went off. I said, right, I'll book it for you. So I'll help you book it. We booked it. And Kerry went, I don't want to go on my own with the 2 girls.
No,
and
because it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, oh, these are 2 youngish.
Well, they were expecting you to be responsible.
Yeah. And it's not that, it's one thing going with my sister and her friend.
Yeah, who's never been outside of, she's only gone to Romania and Germany. She's never travelled on her own.
Yeah.
And so Kerry came up to me in a panic and was like, Ma, you can't send me. You can't send me on my own. And I was like, Kerry, I can't. I'm, you know. And she was like, no, you have to. So I ended up, and then the girls were like, but the Christmas, and then there's your birthday and everything in between. And, you know, I was like, right, okay.
Didn't think about my birthday, though.
No. So this is where is so this is how I ended up going on holidays. So we're going back to Florida, and one of the reasons I picked Florida is, well, A, the heat and the nice weather, and just and the other thing is we're staying on International Drive, so I sort of feel everything is at our fingertips. If the girls want to go off by themselves, they can, and I can stay and read a book. Because they're not in the parks, they just really want to do the outlets. They want to just nosy around. You know, and it's I feel it's safe enough.
Yeah,
you know,
compared to other countries, it would be. The only thing that I know, see, I don't really have a problem going shopping with either of them, but it's more, the other problem is they're both under 21.
Yeah, so they can buy nothing.
They can buy nothing.
Nothing.
Nada.
Yeah, which is quite funny.
It's hilarious.
So it's actually quite funny because, like, for Christmas, I was saying to the girls, they were like, Mom, you know, go over, buy yourself a vape and buy this and buy. Oh, right, okay. So they did talk me. Now, I say they talked me into it. I will also say it didn't take a whole lot of talking to talk me into it.
No.
Do you know what? Like, I'll be honest there now, it didn't. But it did come around awful fast. And a lot of things happened in between that I was going, girls, I don't think I'll make this. And they were like, Mom, please, please. So I was like, I'm trying my best.
Girls were very serious to me.
Yeah.
Haley and Daria were okay.
You said it, Siobhan. There's no fool like an old fool, and I get talked into so much crap. These kids think I'm in my 20s and I'm just all full of, I'm knackered like. Oh, the bridge. Sorry, they're just talking. Joe was up in Northern Ireland, Fort Stewart, the Giant's Causeway. We did the Giant's Causeway.
We did, actually.
We did, yeah. And the suspension bridge, yeah, that's petrifying. And then someone else, hang on now, I have to read down. If you walk the bridge as well, Amanda. I know, it's just, it is petrifying. All right, Kerry, someone wants to know where you got your phone case.
So I got it for Christmas.
Let's have it.
So I got it for Christmas. Yeah, Santa Claus bought it.
Santa Claus bought it. It was I'm trying to think where I got it now.
Mother.
I think it was one of those phone shop things. But you all have iPhones, so they're common enough, like, to buy.
Yeah. This is
San Francisco. I have to say, San Francisco is on my bucket list.
I think Dad went.
I think your father did.
I think he did. He had clock, and it was either San Diego or San Francisco on it.
I think San Francisco. I think he was. Didn't he go ziplining?
He did, and it didn't snap. Reliable cables in San Diego, just saying. I
don't know if it was San Diego or San Francisco, but San Francisco's always been on my bucket list. I want to do the what you call it? The control is magnificent. The cable cars that go up and down the hill.
I did that in Tenerife.
Yeah, but I'd look to do in San
Francisco. I nearly lost my life.
Yeah. Anyway, we're just going to skip along, lads. Skip along.
Bombastic side eye. Criminally offensive side eye.
Do you know what, Jennifer? I've had 20 years of learning self-control. That's all I'm going to say.
There's a really good cable car actually in Tenerife. If you're going up to the summit of the Mount Teide. Compose yourself. It's okay. Take a moment.
I'm trying.
And when you're going up it literally, all I can say is it lacks brakes on the way up and down, and it doesn't kick in till like you're nearly there and you realize you're doing about 60 miles an hour down like the side of the mountain.
That's a cable car.
Look, we were all standing.
That was a cable car. This is the trams. They're actually trams that go up and down. You know, San Francisco's known for its hills. They go up and down the hills.
I also know it's known for its fire.
Yeah, but that. Okay, so Christine's lived in Sacramento.
The capital
There's something about
California.
The capital of California. I only learned that the other day. One of your father's. No,
Use your words carefully.
I know. I have to stop.
Carefully. It's Grandma's cousin.
No, I don't.
California. He lives in LA.
I think, yeah, he lives in LA. But I think one of my father's uncles was a priest in Sacramento, and it could have been your dad's.
No, it was because
family as well.
The Pedder side went over there, and the fortune was lost. It's a bit like Gulliver's Travels over that.
That had nothing to do with them. They were in Virginia.
No, I think it was your side. He ended up.
I think he ended up
in World War II, and he was in Sacramento, and then he got called to the front line.
Something like he was a priest anyway.
Happy New Year.
Breathe, I know. Open trams, that's it, yeah. Happy New Year, Patricia.
You missed bombastic side.
I'm currently saving for a trip to Ireland. I can't wait. Christina, that'd be lovely. It's expensive over here. I'm not going to lie to you. We're actually only doing that today, weren't we? The cost of living and stuff.
Yep.
Seattle has become a criminal paradise. Saving my money for a trip to Ireland. Jesus, lads, we'll be all moving here. There's a couple of places. I wouldn't mind going to Boise. I'd like to see Boise. I don't know why. I haven't a mean. I tell you, I do know why I want to see Boise. Boise has the largest population of Basque people and sheep herders outside of the Basque region, and they're all sheep herders or something. And I'd love to see that.
You really are so easily entertained.
Yeah, it's true, Siobhan. But you know what, Dolores, I think everywhere has become
so
criminal, and so much has happened, but you're hearing about so much more than what you actually need to hear about.
I just don't follow news outlets anymore.
No, I don't. I don't have any news
now
apps on my phone or anything.
Over the summer, and fingers crossed, me and a friend are going interrailing through Europe.
Oh yeah.
I don't like the side eye a friend.
That's all I'm going to say. He's a friend.
Because he is a friend.
He's a friend. I know. That's why I said to them. He's your friend.
And he's a friend.
Yeah, friend. We all agree now he's your friend. There you go.
Right. Anyway.
He's just a friend.
We're flying to Amsterdam. We're flying to London. We're doing 3 or 4 days in London. Then we're flying to Amsterdam.
It costs you a fortune because they're in separate rooms. I'm just saying.
We agreed separate beds. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then we're getting the train from Amsterdam to Milan. Then one from Milan down to Naples. And then we're getting it back up, I think, as far as Vienna. Or we're flying back up to Milan and then going to Vienna. And then our next stop is Athens in Greece. And then we're staying in Athens for a week. Then we're going to fly home.
There, Amanda did interrailing years ago.
It's something. The pass has gone, it's 400 odd euro.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to do something like that. I suppose I had my kids awful young and I never got the chance to do it. but that is something I'd love to do. There's actually a train that goes from Amsterdam to Vienna, and you stay 3 nights in Vienna,
Yeah.
and you get the train back. I would love to do something like that.
They've redone the Orient Express route, but only as far as Turkey. So
Yeah.
it'll only go as far as Istanbul, but it's from
Yeah.
Paris to Istanbul. Because the original terminal was in Baghdad.
And we're not allowed to go
And we're
back.
not allowed to go to Baghdad.
No.
So we're doing that. And we have like a few other. So if we don't go that way, we're going around Spain and France and Italy is the other route we've picked out. Or up the opposite way. So like Germany and then down through Vienna. So it's either going to.
I was looking up because I was looking for solo travel. I wanted to do some solo travel. Siobhan, you're so more than welcome to come because we would be soloing together.
And what about chopped liver?
We are going off with other people, friends.
Over the summer.
She's going off with friends.
You wanted me to do this 2 years, two years ago.
I know.
Shocking.
Sorry, Siobhan, you asked me there, what's one place you've always talked about going and never ended up at the top of your bucket list? New Zealand. Always love to go to New Zealand.
Should clarify. Me and Hayley said.
Hi, Emma.
Me and Hayley said, well, for your 50th, do you want to go to New Zealand? And that was followed with
no.
It will stay on the bucket list. On the bucket list.
I have reasons. I've explained it to the kids. I did explain it to you.
Yeah, but you know.
And they're very valid reasons that I wouldn't want to go yet. I need a break. I do need a break, Siobhan.
That's why we're going to Florida.
That's why we're going to Florida. I've got 2 books and I've packed them and I've got my colouring book and I'm happy. I'm happy out. Happy out, lads. Okay. You will in time. I will in time.
We actually saw a really good holiday package.
You did. You saw a great holiday package.
I actually booked from Arctic and I saved it because it was the best one I saw, and it like hopefully with time we would all allocate it off. But it was 27 days.
Yeah.
And it was a self-drive holiday, but all your flights, your accommodation, your breakfast, and if you needed a ferry or a water taxi were also included in the price. And it ends up being
Elaine's coming in my suitcase.
Oh. Are we gonna get the extra heavy tag again?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I will get there.
Don't have the arm strength for this.
I am adamant I will get there. I just have reasons for not going now that far.
Yeah, it was a lot. When you looked at the holiday, it was like, oh, it's great, and then it was like, oh wait, I have to do that and I have to do this and all that. But other than that, it did look like a good.
Oh, holiday. It was brilliant. It looked fabulous holiday.
I'm
not saying in 10 years' time I won't do it. I'm not going to do it at the moment. I want to go with absolutely no commitments,
responsibilities.
Yeah.
Life. So
right.
Do you have the rest of the questions?
I have the rest of the questions. I've written them down. Oh, can't even see that, but I've written them down.
Oh,
there. Look, you can see them there. Written them down there. As I said, I'm going to do a separate video about everything that I'm expecting to happen in 2024, and you can buckle down and strap in for that one. I'll probably put it up in a couple of days because I'm sort of going to sit down and think about it because there's a lot going on in the background. I keep saying this and I'm sort of, you sort of feel that's all I keep saying.
I think it's just one of those things that you yourself have to deal with it first and then you can explain to others.
Sorry, say that again.
Some of the stuff you just have to deal with yourself and then you can explain to others.
Yeah, I can tell you what's going on, but then I'll never mention it again till it's all done. That makes sense. Right, so this is a question for you, Kerry. What was your favourite thing in 2023? Ooh. If you had to pick something, what would your favourite thing? What was your, sorry, just kick the
Getting my results.
What? That was your favourite thing?
Yeah, because I wasn't sleeping for
but that's
the whole
true.
summer.
That's true. You were so stressed.
I was so stressed. I wasn't sleeping properly. So getting the results was probably the best thing.
See ya, Amanda. Take care of yourself.
And then also just like completing my driving lessons. That was. Yeah,
that was sort of a highlight for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, completing and like my driving instructor pulled me aside and be like, I have a lesson plan and we're nearly there,
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot. But he's really good, and I don't think I would change that. And being told I'm nearly test ready.
Yeah. Sorry, Kerry suffers an awful lot with driver's anxiety, and she's had to overcome an awful lot of that. No, it's not easy. It's not easy.
No,
you know, I mean, it's easy for me to turn around and go, I don't know why you're so anxious about driving.
Yeah.
Just get in and drive. But I don't have driver anxiety.
Like, I
do you know what I mean?
A really big drive with Grandma in the car, and that was fine. And then a couple of days later, I was driving her from the Cladaduff Community Centre back around to Cleggan. And I remember this first Jeep came down the hill and was in the middle of the road, and I kind of pulled in a little bit because as much as I could, and he, was like, oh, sorry, and then kept going. The second time I couldn't move anywhere. So I stopped the car and like just turned off the car because your man was coming down really fast and there was nowhere for me to go. I was in the middle of the road, and then he completely clipped the wing mirror on my side and was like, sorry. So I was like, last thing I said to Grandma was like, it was great knowing you in this lifetime.
Yeah. So no, she's overcome a lot. So hiya Sharon, how are you? Happy New Year to you and all your gang. But yeah, so she has. I think my biggest thing that was coming back to this house.
Yeah.
That actually, this sounds so fanciful to say, or so weird to say, but it actually settled my soul.
Yeah.
Because this was the house I was born in, because it was the house I was raised in. And then obviously we moved to Spain, moved to England, lived up in Drogheda, did all that. But it was a real sense of coming home, and it was my home.
Yeah.
Even the first day we pulled up and we were going in, and we were very nervous coming in because we didn't know the state of the house had been left in and stuff. And one of the ladies from down the road came up and she went, Orla, she says, I have missed you so much. She said, it's lovely to see you home. And I actually bawled because it was the first time in such a long time that I'd felt home.
The other thing is
I'd felt, okay, we'd settled and we got on and fine and grand.
We've been kind of connected to places, but nowhere was really like
home. Yeah, this felt like home.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mary, the woman who lives next door to me, the day my mother had me and brought me home from hospital, that woman took like my mum and me into the house and made my mum a cup of tea. On the day, well, I suppose it was 3 days old, 5 days old, however long they kept you in the hospital. But that's how I felt. And I think that sort of, I felt settled and I could get my, when you had...
You don't realize you're not comfortable. I don't like.
Well, it wasn't that we had a home, and the different places we lived, because we were together, it was our home.
Comfortable in yourself.
But this was a real
in your heart. I don't know.
Come home and be at peace.
Yeah.
Come home and be at peace.
Yeah.
Like, not be sort of going, oh my God, or try to settle in somewhere else. I didn't have to try and settle in here. I came home, my neighbours called in, my family. I have like Siobhan's down the road from me.
Yeah.
I was coming out, I was telling Kerry the other day, I came out of the square and I was coming home and this car flashed me. And I was thinking, what the hell is this doing? So anyway, out I pulled. Jen, I went down the road. She followed me all the way home and I was thinking, oh my God, this is some sort of road rage or something. No, it was my friend recognised me in the car and decided to follow me home just to come in for a cup of tea. That type of stuff I really missed. And I didn't know I'd missed it.
The other thing
till I came home
is as well, when we were leaving Drogheda and we came home or whatever, we didn't realise, I guess, how much we had kind of clocked out from Drogheda. Like, if we hadn't been in school, if we were just there for the crack, I think we would have only been in that house a year.
We wouldn't have lasted a year, yeah.
Like, if we weren't in school, if we didn't have leaving cert, junior cert, things like that, we would have just happily have moved probably across the country.
Yeah.
I think...
I don't know where we would have gone.
Anywhere.
We wouldn't have been there.
Anywhere but that house. That house was... One, it was freezing all the time. And then two... I always thought it had a really weird energy in that house. It was very, like...
Yeah, it was a weird energy.
It was just weird.
But look, it served its purpose. We grew as a family in that house. We did what we needed to do in that house, and it served.
Yeah.
And then we were obviously ready to move on. I'm a great believer in you serve your time at different places till you either learn your lesson or the lesson's being taught. Do you know what I mean? that's the way I have to look at it, because yeah. I know you would have, Siobhan, bless you. You would have kicked us out probably just as fast. Oh God.
If you had,
So yeah, go on.
if you had to leave your home immediately and permanently, excluding family and pets, what three things would you bring with you?
My purse.
Memory box.
Your memory boxes. My memory box. My purse, because I need money. Jesus, a third thing. Do you know what? I'm not very materialistic. This is the funny thing. Like this, my memory box has loads of stuff.
It has loads of records in it. I think that would be the only reason I'd bring it. And probably make sure I have my cluttering.
I would probably, I'd tell you, I'd take all my documents. I have my documents in a folder. So it'd be my documents, my wallet, and my memory box.
Yeah.
I think would be.
Because all the most important things we have are in our memory boxes. So
the memory boxes we made were, because they weren't short. They were quite compact. And like it'd be school reports, and it'd be different things that were memories to them and important to them. And it's always, this sounds terrible, because I have my emergency bag in case something ever happens. Now we've got memory boxes in case something ever happens. Are we expecting that? Are we doom? What's they call them? Doomdayers? Whatever.
No, doomday preppers, no.
No, we always have stuff. If we had to pick up and go, we would have our memories with us.
To be honest, we've moved, when we were in Spain, we moved every year.
Yeah.
Then in Ireland, we settled. And I think after the second year, we were like, we're getting kind of cabin fever.
Well, we knew we wanted to be back here.
Yeah. We couldn't be back here for a little bit, but then I think just we learned to value our property really well.
We learned to value certain things.
Yeah.
And we put that, as I said, they go in our memory box. Now my memory box is a suitcase, the small little hand suitcases. And I have loads of stuff in there, things that would mean nothing to nobody, only me. And I've explained to the kids different things. But
yeah,
that's what's in memory boxes.
I have Chico's paw print.
Yeah, you have our old dog's paw print. There's pictures in there, and there's pictures of daft stuff that nobody.
I've like stupid stuff of like.
Yeah, I don't really do material things. Do we really?
No, we don't really. And even the stuff.
The odd handbag now. Now I'd be partial to an odd handbag. That would be as materialistic as I get, and even then, they don't have to be big brands.
No,
so I like certain brands, but I like the bags. If that makes sense.
I think the other thing is as well, we like a lot of the stuff when we get rid of it, it's normally because we've had it. Like I know a lot of this, like the house, for an example, has to go through another major declutter, but we need time and we need the resources, which neither are on our side. But it's really weird, because when we do our declutters, it's not like a bag of stuff. It's like 9-10 bags.
It's skip
everything. It is to the point where we went to the dump there on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. We were like running around. We got rid of cabinets, drawers. Oh, excuse me.
We did. We got rid of so much. I'm not fair. As I said to you, I'm not very materialistic. I'm not into like, I love to have this, or I'd love to have. Yeah, there's certain things of it. As Jennifer rightly pointed out, sunglasses and handbags.
Yeah. There's things that
they all move with me. Like it's not as if we're going, let's spend thousands on a lampshade. I'm not. Do you know what? If the light works, I'm happy.
But like we've never spent an astronomical amount of money in investments. As in, the house is not overly invested in, but at the same time, that's because everything that we value is movable.
That's I'm worrying about this, right? Because I have my emergency bag in case something happens to me. We have our memory boxes with like passports and stuff are all in these, right? These are and anything that's in the house, any sort of investment pieces that we would have can move with us.
Other than,
and I think I've learned that in life.
I think the only thing
if you are going to invest in something, at least make sure you can take it with you.
The only thing I truly value over anything is probably my life.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. And that's the way it should be. You are the most important person to you.
Like if I know for a fact, if I had to leave everything in the middle of the night and just go, at least I'm alive. Can't get any worse.
Isn't that so right, Dolores?
What did you say?
That name came out so funny. Dolores is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
It says, live life to the fullest each day. Tomorrow was never promised. No.
Like, it just, I don't know. And I think when we were in Spain, it kind of homed in a little bit stronger
I
because we
think,
were out of the country
and the
our
other thing,
home was in a different country.
and I think the other thing is we had to pack into 5 suitcases.
Yeah.
And that sort of focuses you very quickly when you're told you need to move your life to another country, but you've got 5 suitcases. You very quickly learn what's important and what's not. What things that are important to me that I still have would be my teddy bear, who's 47 years old.
Where is he?
He's in there. My christening gown, my mother hand crocheted for me. I have that.
Mm.
And I said to Kerry when she has kids, I said, now all my children got baptized when they were over a year old, right?
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
You might have been the youngest actually. You were only a couple of months old.
I think so.
Katie got baptized twice. That should have been a warning to us all. The priest baptized her twice. But they were all too big to fit into
the
christening gown. But I did say I've kept that. There's a little baby thing.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like fabric and crochet. There's like a crochet bit on it, but there is like fabric on it as well.
Yeah, like things like that I value.
Yeah, like things you just cannot replace tomorrow.
Like coffee machine, if it blew up in the morning, like okay, I might be upset that it blew up, but it wouldn't bother me. I left 3 of them when I moved from Drogheda. I just said I don't need them because I was moving. So things like that don't. But exactly.
Even in the attic, we found like we have a lot
Hi, Caroline.
of birthday cards. We have congratulation cards. We have things that like I've
mean something to you.
Yeah, there's stuff that like I've ones from my uncle Pat.
Your great uncle?
My great uncle Pat.
Yeah.
Who's still alive.
Oh yeah.
But I keep all of
Pat's his wife.
Pat's his wife, sorry.
John is the uncle.
My Uncle John and my Auntie Pat.
Thinking Uncle John. Who Uncle Pat? Who's Uncle Pat? Yeah, that's on your daddy's side.
Like I have all their stuff. There's very little I have that like that doesn't if it doesn't fit in the box, I probably don't need it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's nothing really. I have a handwritten letter from.
I tell you what you would take. Actually, no.
There's a particular letter Dad wrote me when I went to Spain doing Interway, and I kept it.
All right.
And it's like, hi Kerry, you make me so proud. It's a real heart pouring kind of thing, but it's the only one I have from him, so I kept it.
But it's good. At least you have it, Jack. At least you have it.
I shouldn't have told you that was there.
I know what to say to that. You've one letter off your dad's.
I have a letter off Grandma Margaret.
Yeah, well, I
have different things like
I have a couple of letters off your Grandma Margaret that I'd keep just for the simple reason she's dead now, and I actually liked her as a person. Well, I liked her.
Yeah, I think it just if you can't replace it tomorrow, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Like excluding money, like if you can't walk into
Sorry,
a shop
Caroline, you've just joined us on a very heavy conversation. I tell you, who do you take with you, Nelly?
Nelly's in Galway, safe and sound because I don't
Nelly is a teddy bear. My mother and myself bought up the square for Kerry.
It's Play School.
It's the Play School brand, but it has like a silky ear. It was sensory, so it had
the nubbies on the footies.
I was just
such a great description.
Could not find one.
And she had to go to the hospital.
Nelly had to go to the hospital.
Traumatizing. I had to drop her off, sign papers.
Grandma and Grandma brought you in to do that. Yeah.
They were like, Nelly needs to go to the teddy bear hospital. And I was like, what?
You have to get restuffed.
And he's still going.
He's still going. She still sleeps with him.
And it was like,
the only reason I don't have Jeremiah in my bed, I'll be honest with you.
Deep cleaned.
That's it. The only reason I don't have Jeremiah in my bed is Tony Deaton. Very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple. Right. So that was favourite things. Well, Jesus Christ. Someone asked me what was my job. My job is I'm a key worker. I work with people with intellectual disabilities and addiction. So not just they can't just have an addiction. It has to be intellectual disability and addiction. So you'd normally find people maybe on the autism spectrum or
with alcohol.
Yeah, or they what you call it.
They can also have severe an intellectual disability doesn't just go like autism, because that's technically a cognitive disability.
Yeah.
So an intellectual disability normally means that the child. Oh,
Where are you?
Tony.
I can hear you. Can't be seeing you. There he is.
Tony. Tony.
There he is.
Tony, baby.
Hello, Baba. Hello, look at that.
Why does he look like Gollum?
Yes, Baba. I know, we're doing an awful lot of yakking.
Woof.
Woof. Right. Enough of that. Carry on with the dog.
So an intellectual disability is normally, for an example, if a child is neglected to a point where they're not able to attend school, like they can still function as a human being, as in their arms still work, their legs still work, they're able to think and process and have a concept of place and time. But when it comes to doing basic academics and basic things, their brain can't process it.
Yeah. So we have people who
fairly decent. I don't want to say that they would be.
There's people who can live independently, but they're intellectually challenged. Mm-hmm. And they also then have an addiction, be it food, alcohol, drugs. You know, and an awful lot of them turn to these things to get them through life. Like they're not. I also have people that have personality disorders, which is very challenging. But I would be sort of their key worker of
like what I
keeping them as independent living as possible. So they will understand, like a couple of them understand money, but if you hand in €10 and it comes to $8.40, they wouldn't know what change to expect. And that then can lead, sometimes if they're in a bad place, that can lead them to thinking that everybody's out to do them because they don't understand what they're meant to get back. So everybody's out to do them over.
The other thing is with an intellectual disability is generally the person is aware that they have the disability as well. They know they're disabled. Where if you take someone with a cognitive disability, they might not be aware that they have a cognitive disability because they're like, doesn't everyone think like that? Not in those exact
so
words,
no, I absolutely love it. You've met a couple of the people I work with and they're absolutely lovely. I stood in Dunn's the other day doing a Christmas shop and I was called every name under the sun.
Nothing I hadn't called you before.
I just said this. I gone shopping late because I knew we were having an off day, but I had to do a food shop. We had with the person and stood in Dunn's and was called every name over the sun, under the sun, because I wouldn't allow them to buy 2 boxes of roses. I said they could only have 1 and we would come back next week and buy another 10.
Generally
things like that, but I find it fun. Not that I find it funny. I don't find it funny. But names, sticks and stones will break bones. Names, they don't call me every name. It is nothing I haven't heard before.
Yeah.
So like it's really a case of try again. If you're trying to hurt me or upset me, you really got to do good, because I've had 3 teenagers. There is nothing that I haven't been called.
I was satanic at one point in life. But even like when people are like, because I know some of you guys have said like, oh, it takes a special person to work with people with special needs. You just need someone who's enough empathy and compassion to go, I see that. But then also enough kindness to go, no.
Yeah, well, see, I would have no problem setting boundaries and going, no, you can't do that. And then name calling and stuff like that does not, as I said, doesn't bother me in the slightest, because it's not personal at me. It is their frustration that they are taking out by calling me names because they don't know how else to express it. So things like that I don't take personally. I'm actually a very hard person to offend.
Yeah,
I really am.
But I remember saying to you the night I realized that I was like actually okay being screamed at like that in the nursing home.
Yeah.
I've been screamed at for a good 30 minutes just by somebody not getting their way for whatever reason. I went in and the nurse went, "You okay?" And I said, "Yeah, do you want a cup of tea?" And she was like, yeah, okay. This was a vicious berating, by the way. Went in, made myself a cup of tea, ate 2 chocolate bourbons, and went, could have been worse. It's just like one day it just clicks in your head where it goes, actually, this is not the worst and it will never be worse.
But things like that never bothered me. Even people could call me names and I just go, Wow, that is your opinion of me. That doesn't mean it's true.
No.
But I learned that very young. I don't know why. It just things like that just never bothered me. I just went, wow, you've got a bad opinion of me. But it was nothing I never took anything like that personal.
When I did my pre-paramedic course, we were told about like
sorry, I'm just reading comments just in case you think I'm doing something weird.
We were doing like altered mental state, and we were given the reasons. It could be sepsis, it could be delirium, it could be dementia, it could be sudden onset of an infection, it could be blah blah, and they give you all these list of reasons. And then they're like, or they could just be having a bad day at the very end of the list. And you're kind of sitting there going, nobody resorts to that. Yes, they do. If you're telling somebody, no, sir, you can't walk, you have to get into the ambulance, they're going to get annoyed. And as I used to say, you can scream at me, it's not going to change the fact. And that used to be it. And people, like, I used to say to them, you can keep going, but it's not going to change anything. And but
I just said, like, when one girl actually, even the manager that was with me was like, holy shit, I didn't even know people called people those names. And I just went, the manager got upset. And I said, why does it bother you what she thinks of you?
It's not even thinking of you.
You're here to do a job. Just do your job. But it doesn't matter what she calls you.
But it's not even thinking of you. They're just screaming because they're frustrated. They don't know how to communicate.
I think once you have that and you have that knowledge in the back of your head, nothing they say or do is aimed directly at you. It's aimed from their own frustrations in life. And
do you know another time when I was like, oh, this is why? Because one of the things I couldn't understand is when people had infections, when people had whatever, why they were so aggressive. I was like, oh, that doesn't even make sense because when I'm poorly, I'm so nice. No, when I had the sepsis, I was like anarchy because I didn't know I didn't feel well. I felt shit all the time. I was headachy. I was dizzy. I was springing between symptoms. Yeah. Of course I'm going to be narky. Does that excuse it? No. It's just a reason to why it occurred. But it's not excusable.
No. But that's what I do anyway.
I did have to do a round of apologies.
Yes. That's true. That's what I do. I'm a key worker. I keep people with intellectual disabilities and addiction as independent living as they can in the community. Yeah, that's it. Okay, sorry, I have to go back up to some of these questions. How's Tony? Tony is fine. As you can see, he's a bit grumpy. It's 11:10. Sorry, I'm reading the clock here on my screen, but it's backwards for me. It's 11:10. It's past me. Normally goes to bed about 10:30. And if my mum's here, so my mum's in my room with me, so he's not allowed in the room because obviously my mum is not going to with the dog in the room.
No.
But he would come bark at me when it's bedtime. That's why he came up to see what I was doing.
Why aren't you in bed?
Why aren't you in bed? So yeah, I agree with Sharon. You take your wedding video with you. So many people. I'd actually take my wedding album with me as well because my dad. There's a load of people in there that have all since passed on, and it's sort of their last big out. And It's just when you said it, I went, yeah. Did Tony get anything nice for Christmas?
He got a bovine shin bone.
Cow shin. Just for those who don't know what bovine is, I had to look it up.
I had to bring that down.
In a backpack?
In two plastic bags because it stunk. And I brought it all the way down from Galway. Because I'm a freak like that.
Yeah. How old is Tony?
He's 2.
2 and 1 month.
Yeah,
he's only turned 2. He's only a baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
He is a big baby. He's a pain in the ass, but he's a baby.
Yeah.
It takes a special person. Thank you very much. Do you find it more tiring than expected being back at work? I think because of the work I'm doing. Right. Okay. So I've done so many different jobs over the time. I've worked in sales. I've worked in accounts. I've done debt collecting. I've done all this. This would probably be the most challenging mentally that I've done. But I don't think I could have done this in my 20s or 30s because I wouldn't have had the patience or the understanding to be able to do it where it's not personal. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think I'm in the right job at the right stage now. It is just mentally tiring. And I mean, I love coming and doing YouTube because it's not that it's not mentally stimulating, but it's not, I'm not having
as
to
engaging.
think. Yeah, I'm not having to think for someone else. I'm not having to think 10 steps ahead of someone else. And these people are strangers to. Well, they're not all strangers. They're not. We're getting to know each other, but they were strangers to me. And having to think how somebody was going to react 10 steps ahead
before
and preparing before it's happened, that mentally was exhausting. At the moment, like I'm 10 nights on the bounce now. This first week and a bit of January, that's tough going because I'm going into the office during the day. Now I only do 3.5 hours in the office, but that's just catching up paperwork. But then in the evening time, I'm having to go back out, which is hard when it's raining. To be honest, it's getting cold. But I'm having. I thought that car was sideways. I'm having them to go out, and then I'm having to be obviously top of your game because they pick up on everything, and you're also having to think of setting things up for tomorrow and making sure everything is done so tomorrow runs smooth. So you always have to be a day ahead of yourself.
Yeah, it does. I think.
And it's just trying to, and then you can go up and they're having such an off day that everything you've put in place has to be rethought. Yeah. That's just, but yeah, I do find it. The energy to do it, as I said, it's more mental, but I think I wouldn't have been able to have the patience to have 3 younger kids and do this in the evening. No. There's just no way I'd be able to do it. I agree. Okay. Do you like living in Galway, Kerry? And are you still studying at NUI? You're not in NUI.
No, I'm in ATU. So that's the Galway Technical University in Galway City.
Yeah.
But I like Galway a lot more because you can just kind of promote, like not promote, what's the word? Like you can just kind of like wander.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like any.
It's a very people watchy city.
Yeah,
you can sit in cafes and just people watch.
Yeah, my
idea of heaven.
There's a cafe on the corner, just at the top of Main Street in Galway, like around Prospect Hill. So it's the top of our square where you have like Supermax, and on the corner, if you were walking up from the bottom from the train station, on the left at the top, on the top corner of the left is a little cafe, and it wraps around the front. And I used to sit in there and just like stare at people and go, "You're probably a bellend."
Yeah, or make up stories about couples meeting up that they're having affairs. Yeah, I'd make up. Yeah,
and I'm studying heritage, so it sounds a lot more interesting than it is.
Yeah.
It really is a lot more interesting. And then this year we were told we're the last year of the old curriculum. So first years this year get to go to Germany. I'm livid.
Dolores' youngest son has Dravet syndrome, which I think is an epileptic syndrome. He's non-verbal. He turns 29 in April. I'm his caregiver. Dolores, my heart goes out to you because that is just it's a weight, not a weight, because that's wrong. Your son's not a weight, but mentally and physically, it takes its toll on you. So, hats off to you.
Have you ever had to deal with the negativity on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, we had a troll.
Yeah. I think we still do because she still dislikes all my videos, that even ones where there's nothing to dislike.
Oh no, I haven't noticed it.
I'll be honest. No, I haven't noticed it in a while. I think Carl put a stop to it.
Yeah, it was just kind of all the time.
It was just stupid comments. Like it wasn't
I'm
even.
Sorry, she commented. She or he, we don't know. Would comment like, "Wash your walls." What? You wash your walls.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, okay. Again, I don't take it. See, I'm also very hard to offend. Okay. So someone coming in and going, "Wash your walls," like, "Oh Jesus, yeah, the walls need a bit of a wash." Right? I wouldn't see that necessarily as being someone having a go at me. Yeah. Or they might say something and I just go, "Oh yeah, I was looking a bit tired that day." Wouldn't, as I said, it takes a lot to offend me. But Carl would be offended on my behalf, or you'd be offended and go, "No, I don't like the tone of that." And
the first couple of times it was stupid. What is that? Comments.
You see that? And then when I stretch it out, it's red. What is that?
I don't want to tell you on camera. Okay. So, do you know how we correct that though?
No, I don't. Botox. Yeah, I know.
So,
bit cell tape, grand.
But it was kind of like a constant thing, and if it wasn't commenting on videos, it was commenting on lives. If it wasn't on lives, it was on reels, and it was.
In fairness, that was one person.
Trickling.
Yeah, it was one person. in fairness, I don't think I do anything really on here to offend people.
No, it's not. But people, and what I have found is when people feel or need to feel better than because other people have told them that they aren't, they tend to go for really, really like just judgy. They're just going to judge you on anything.
As I said, I don't really notice it. I don't think I've seen it. I certainly haven't really seen it, and I don't think compared to some people out there, and they're like, "Oh my god, I was trolled," and "Oh my god, these nasty comments," and I just went,
my biggest fear is a stalker or being doxxed, because I don't go around my university going, oh, I want this YouTube, because it's kind of
Kerry, can I be totally honest with you here?
I'm going to be honest. I just don't. Right? I don't do it. I don't put out
that's fine
social media, nothing like that. Right? Whatever. My biggest fear is that one day someone is going to stalk us and harass us to a point.
They might get a bit of a land, because if a fella started stalking me, I might stalk him back.
If any of you have read Haunting Adelaide,
like, do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm a woman who's been separated for 5 years. If man starts stalking me, there's a fair chance I could kidnap him. Like,
I read Haunting Adelaide.
Take your warning now.
I read Haunting Adelaide, and that's all I have to say.
No, but you know what? Like,
it was spicy. But like it's a dark romance book. What am I gonna say? But
no, but I get it. I understand that.
I don't want people to use social media as like a
Jennifer's my stalker. She's just admitted
it. Like it's just like I don't want them to go like just following me around. It like
see, right, okay, this is something else, right? I actually don't think this sounds stupid, and but I know people are going to go, you shouldn't say that, bitch, but this is me honestly. I call the channel Orla's Crazy Life because nothing ever goes to plan, and things tend to get a bit crazy. But I think it's as boring as hell, right? So if you're stalking me, what does that say about your life?
Yeah.
Like seriously, no, like I'm a 47-year-old, overweight, gummy, no teeth woman. Fucking no, right? Like there's gorgeous 20-year-olds out there. Go stalk them.
I'm not the gorgeous 20-year-old.
You are. You're beautiful. But like, why would you stalk me?
Some people genuinely get a kick out of it.
I'd get a kick out of it.
The worst thing I
were you stalking me? You stalking them with your cup of tea?
They were like, ugh.
They'd run a mile. They would run a mile.
There's Stacey Doolin did a documentary on stalking, and in one of the videos, this girl was like, I know I'm being stalked, I just don't know by who. And they were like, no, we can see it. Like they have your access to your finance. It has to be someone you're in work with, because no one else can get this information. Do you know who it was? Her supervisor.
You're serious?
And actually, and not only that, but he would like, if she booked flights or anything like that, he changed the flights. He had it set up where emails were coming to him, and it was crazy. And I'm sorry, but like, because you're not like just have asked the girl out.
Yeah. Jennifer, pet, love, don't you be worrying.
It's fine. We're fine. I always like have it in the back of my head that there are malicious people.
To be honest with you, Jennifer, what I find we have is we have a good rapport going together. So I never
like most of you guys.
Do you know what I mean?
Like the majority, if not all of you, are fine.
Sinead, I'm trying not to, but life is wearing me down. Nah, I couldn't. Look, I like, as Carl says, I'm ticking down to death now at this stage. Like, am I living up? I'm living down now. But like, I don't know why people get offended so easily. I don't know why people.
I wouldn't.
You know, I just don't understand why people care so much what other people think of them, or why they let it get. Like, if you turned around and said, Sinead, you turned around and said, oh my God, that Orla is such a bitch, I might turn around to Kerry and go, do I give off that vibe? And Kerry probably go, yeah, you do. Like, oh, okay. And move on.
No, it's not.
But Dolores, you said it there, and that's the way I was raised. And I think that's I'm blessed. An awful lot of my subscribers all think the same. If you've nothing nice to say, don't say anything. And that is, I brought that up when the kids would start that and they'd start bickering each other.
Satan calling me out there.
I used to always say to them, if you have nothing nice to say to each other, just shut up. Say nothing. because all you're going to do is annoy everybody else. So if you've nothing nice to say, don't say it.
But also, like,
do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm a big believer in like say what you mean, but like, yeah, I don't know. I was really afraid.
Siobhan just said I've become real mellow. I have actually. I don't give.
She just clocked out from the last 5 minutes.
Who?
You're an overweight 50-year-old gummy.
Sorry,
it was gummy that got me.
Some fella was after stalking me now, isn't he hard up?
He probably went, oh, no.
Isn't he fucking hard up now? Seriously,
no, he probably went, no teeth.
Janice, you were asking me about kids getting up. They get filthy minded as well. And then because you're young enough, they just come in and they just look. My sister's ex-boyfriend turned up in New York and she was on holiday and pretended to just bum it. See, that is scary now. In fairness, I know I'm joking about stalkers and I'm not saying they're hard up, but
they terrify me.
They petrify. They do. People who are being stalked, it must be the most petrifying experience of your life.
Because I
mean,
watch a
and
lot
my heart, and I would help anybody, and my heart would break.
To be honest, I watch a lot of true crime, so a lot of it does freak me out because I'm like, that's actually happened. That has happened. But there was
lads, I'm just going to run and grab some water. My throat's killing me. Sorry, I'll be back. Do you want a drink? Don't say tea or coffee. It has to be a cold drink that I can grab.
And oh my God, did I ever tell you about the time I was cyber stalked?
Oh, you can tell them.
Yeah. So I was cyber stalked for 6 years. Yeah, but no, like it is scary because like if you're just like doing your daily activity and then you're just constantly seeing the same person, to some level you're going to start feeling insane. Do you know what I mean? Like you're just going to start thinking like, am I hallucinating? Or like, and then it clocks in like, oh no, they're actually there. And I don't know what's scary is the fact that they still want to be in your life to some level, or that need for control over you, that now because they don't have you, they are going to infiltrate your life. Like that's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Like I don't think I know anyone who's been stalked. Oh, I tell a lie. There was a girl in Heritage 2 or 3 years ago who was stalked by a fella in a different school, like in a because the way this college is broken down, you've like head of you'll have like the international hotel school, which will have all your courses for tourism and heritage and all that, and then you'll have like say the science and the business school, so I'll have all the science courses or whatever. And it was someone from the engineering school, I think, and they actually followed her home and stood outside her garden and then tried to tell the police that he was using her Wi-Fi, and it went to court and she got a non-molestation order. So it was crazy. And fun fact is, my college didn't honor it, so they were like, well, we can't ask him to leave, so they just let him go. I don't know what happened after that, because then she graduated. But no, it is a really, like, that has to be like my top 10 fear. That and the dark. I'm terrified of the dark. Yeah, I think if I was stalked in the dark, I'd probably combust. Yeah, like so yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any how long are you going to be in America? I think we're there for a week, like 6 days, 7 days, I think it is. I don't think we're hello.
I couldn't find one. You have to have mango.
Ooh.
It's sparkling orange and mango flavored, sparkling water with vitamins.
How long are we going to America for?
A week. Well, it works out at 8 days because we fly back and it's overnight.
Oh, okay.
We take off on what day we take? We take off on Saturday and arrive on Sunday.
You okay?
I'm not running up and down the stairs. Then when I got down to the bottom of the stairs, Bobby went, "Will you make me a cup of tea?" I said, "I'm on my live," and she said, "No, I'm watching it." Great. So poor old Tony's back up. He can't. My mother has put me on the TV. The closest thing to stardom I'm ever going to get. My mother, and she, God love her, she sits down and she watches all the time on TV. But the poor dog came running upstairs and was looking at us. Remember, he came in earlier and he's looking very apprehensive. It's because I'm on the TV downstairs. Then he runs upstairs and I'm sitting here, and the poor dog cannot figure it out at all.
Hi, baby.
Hi. Hi. But yeah,
Hi,
so,
Tony.
sorry, excuse Carl's clothes all hanging here in the background. I am going to clean this up, but I need everybody to go away. His poor dog, he's not.
He's just unsettled, I think, with
Yeah.
everything that's going
But
on.
he's also, his whole routine's been thrown out. He, yeah, wouldn't you imagine?
No,
I don't.
I made that woman tea all day.
Yeah. What's it going to say? Totally went down my head.
Well, not today, yesterday. It was into today because it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah, everybody's been up. His whole routine is out of sorts. He's not sleeping where he normally sleeps.
He's been
People
up on
are
my
in
bed.
where he's meant to be. He's just, yeah. Thank you, Emma. You're down the road now. Where was down the road? I saw that comment. Siobhan, stop trying to get brownie points with my mother. It's not.
You
very
make
becoming.
my nana a cuppa.
Poor John and Sasha have COVID.
I feel like COVID is floating around.
An awful lot of people have COVID at the moment. We have two.
We will not have
COVID. Two service users out with COVID. We have an RSA, which is the respiratory
specialist.
The respiratory syndrome. Do you know they're trying to breathe? They can't breathe. Chest infections, loads of stuff kicking around, and all viral. So yeah, if I lived there, I would. I bet you would, Siobhan. I know you would. You make a fine cup of tea.
I wouldn't know.
Oh my God, there's all hearts coming in.
Yeah, you can do that. We can heart. We can just keep heart in the chat. Great. See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tony can't get it in his head because he's gone back downstairs now, and he sits there looking at me on the telly.
Doesn't help he's ginger as well.
It doesn't help that he's a bulldog and there's not a single thought goes on in his head except food. But
Tony like human bed.
Yes,
he loves it.
He sleeps on my head. So when we start off at night, he'll come in and if I'm lying on my side, he'll put his head on my head and he'll go sleep for about 20 minutes. That's all. Then he'll jump off the bed and he'll sleep down near the radiator on the floor. It's only initially when I go to bed he tucks me in.
We had to ask the vet why he kept doing that because he'd sleep on our neck or he'd sleep on our head or on our legs. And the way she said it was like, oh, it's like a packed instinct. So he will lie on your head because he's protecting you. It's so you know he's there.
I am alpha.
Yeah, he thinks he's alpha.
And he thinks I'm the alpha and I'm asleep, so I'm
vulnerable. On the bottom of the barrel.
So he protects my head. Yeah, in case something attacks us.
What will attack us? We never know.
But look,
he
is protecting me.
I'm at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, Irene, he can't figure that out. He's like, I might stalk him back. I was saying that, especially if he's anyway good looking, like he might get more than money, but I'm not. And I'm pleased.
If he's a millionaire or billionaire, he's excused.
Please don't think we are making a joke or a laugh at a stalking. It is not funny. And anyone who goes through it needs to get help, and they need to get help ASAP and reach out to somebody on a very serious note.
No, it is a very
serious situation. Me personally, if I had a stalker and he was good looking, actually, in fact, he doesn't even have to be good looking. If he's hung like a donkey and I'm just feeling that way out, do you know what? He might get more than my bargain.
You just jumped Grimes right there.
I know. So yeah, I know that's wrong, but you know what I mean. Like it.
No, like it. Like
to me, I think it would be funny. Obviously, till it gets serious, then it's serious. But at the moment, I sort of do. The kids do be like, "Don't give out this picture and don't do that." In fairness, Carl would. Oh my God, the dog terrorized my mom. He did, Mom. I don't know who was more traumatized after, you or the dog. But Carl would be very much, if he thinks something is not appropriate, he would have no problem pulling down a video belonging to me and going, I've taken down your video, you need to sort it out. This section is what I don't like, or whatever. So it's nice having kids that are savvy when it comes to computers, because I would be very much, fuck it, what's the worst that could happen? And Carl's going, I could tell you the worst that would happen, but you'd be traumatized for life. So I'm like, oh, okay, fair point.
What did you do to Siobhan? in college?
I have no idea.
Is it?
I actually had
So,
a memory problem. I can't remember half the crap I did.
We have the photo evidence. Don't worry, we'll show you later.
Oh no, you don't, because everything I
do.
did, everything
No,
I did
no.
was before.
Someone took photos of you in Lanzarote
No, it's
on a
Tenerife.
there we go.
Tenerife.
On a
That was with
balcony.
Liz Griffin. Yeah, once Liz Griffin is involved, I'm not responsible for anything. Not responsible for anything. Oh, Emma, you're weak with laughing. Sorry, I had to go to bed because I work in the morning. Good night, Elaine. Take
Night.
care of yourself. Get your sleep. Oh, the dog traumatizing my mother. So I went to bed. She went to bed. She was in my bed. Okay. Tony came in and decided she'd give Grandma loads of kisses. And every time I tried to call or get the dog off, I couldn't stop laughing. And every time she went to speak to say, get the dog off me, he kept kissing her mouth and sticking his tongue in her mouth. And she was there eventually. Anyway, I had to call Carl. And even Carl, I couldn't. When I said I couldn't even get out of bed to help her to push the dog off. And he's like, and he's a big boy, like
he's 70 pounds.
And if you try and push him off, he leans into you. So he's twice as heavy. And she couldn't get him off. And he kept kissing her all right. She couldn't even catch her breath. I couldn't stop laughing. Eventually, anyway, Carl came.
And then Carl was doubled with the laughter.
Carl couldn't. He kept trying to call the dog. But every time he tried to call the dog, he kept laughing. I think Hayley came down from the attic. Anyway, we managed to get him off eventually. But we couldn't. Just couldn't. So every time he comes into the room, all you hear is, ouch! Get out! Get out! I don't know who's more traumatized, the dog or my mom, but it's so funny. Oh,
you're always not responsible, is what Siobhan said. So,
I'm never responsible.
Save them for.
And I'm certainly not responsible for other people's actions, Siobhan. You need to take all your responsibilities.
Look,
eldest son texts me twice a day, morning and night, to say he loves me. That is beautiful. And that shows a lovely relationship. It really does. Poor Tony. Now, poor about Tony. Nothing poor about Tony. He knew where he wanted. And off he went. Oh, it was so funny.
He
was only giving her loads of kisses. Good night. But every time she turned to speak, his tongue just shot down her neck, and she was gagging and everything, and I couldn't. And she said, yeah. Siobhan, I think I've just decided. People say to me like, oh, there's, it's not a shit goes on in your life, blah, blah. Yeah. Do you know what? It's past crimes. I'm just paying the price, so I'm at peace with that, love. I mean, it'd be worse if I did something or I was getting punished for something that I didn't do. I know I did shit. So I'm quite happy to take the punishment.
So much with that statement.
Yeah, I know. Oh, he's a dote. He is. Do you know what, Patricia? I'd be lost without him. He sits, he listens, he snuggles, he does everything.
One night,
why not?
I don't think I was well. I think I had a sinusy thing. And he comes up to me and he just like sits on the end of the bed and he like looks at me and I'm like, Tony? And he goes, and he wanders up the bed like, what? And he licks the end of my nose. I think it was to see if I was sick.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
he's a pet.
And then he just lay on top of me. And he was like, you feel better now, Human? I didn't feel better, but I felt
the funniest thing. And Carl has come in and he's been a king slapping. If I'm on my phone and he's in the bed beside me, he gets his paw and he just whacks the phone straight out of my hand and then sits on it every time. And Carl keeps saying to me, talk about being told to get off your phone. But that's what he did.
What was the?
I never laughed so much at a live. I'm glad. Do you know what? There's not what life's all about, having a bit of a laugh.
It is indeed.
Patricia, try sleeping with 5 King Charles. Yeah, no. 5 of them, I draw the line. Oh, right.
Morgan Freeman.
No, I actually think, do you know who I think? I think it'd be the East End London. Because you know when you go in, you call his name and he goes, it's a real
So
sup.
yeah.
Sup. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there's not much talk goes on in that brain. You can see it. His eyes are just
I
blankety
think he
blank.
would sound, like that thing where it's like, I told you we needed more glitter.
Yeah. He's a real Cockney.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
Cockney or something. Yeah,
Just all brawn, no brain.
He
That's
does.
how, but he's a pet. He is a pet, and he's a big, lovable pet. But yeah, all brawn and no brain. That's our Tony. Oh, here we're meant to be answering questions. Come here.
No,
Let's
here-
get back to the questions.
No,
Would you live abroad again?
yes,
Where
I
would you
have
live?
no intentions of staying in Ireland. I would love. So I kind of have a career in mind for when I'm finished, to be great. And if that's the case, then I'd probably go Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like being cold. I've come to this
Mm.
revelation in the last couple of years. Um,
Would you go back to Spain?
I'd go Spain. I'd go anywhere really.
Would you go South America?
Yeah, I wanted to go to South America. I think it was last year, the year before. Before I started university, anyway, I was going to go to South America. The travel department was doing a load of
Where would you live? That's not on a holiday.
Lima,
Right. Okay.
Peru.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting facts. Do you know Peru has the largest?
You tell me Basque speaking
No,
people.
German speaking. I think it is. Or is that Chile? Or could be Chile.
I think that's
No, I think it's Chile or
is that
Peru.
Argentina.
No, not Argentina. I think it's Chile.
I'd probably go like I don't know. I could never see myself staying in Ireland. I think it's just too difficult. It's too difficult to get a house. It's too difficult to support yourself. It's too difficult. It's just too difficult. I'm not here for the difficulty of anything.
Yeah.
My assignments and studying is as far as it goes.
Paddington Bear was from Peru.
He was with his marmalade sandwiches.
I like marmalade sandwiches.
I'm speaking of marmalade
But-
sandwiches. Do you want to make toast after
No.
this marmalade?
After, yeah. We'll have a cup of tea and a slice of toast. Have I got marmalade? Oh,
Fun fact, right?
Oh.
What is the word for marmalade in Spanish?
Marmalada.
What is the word for jam in Spanish?
Oh.
Marmelada. So,
Would you have to say the fruit?
no.
No.
Yes. Like you would say, like
What's yes or no?
Marmelada de fresa, marmelada
Yeah,
de mora.
Strawberry.
But in Spain, if you want to buy marmalade that we would know, you have to say orange jam, technically, because the word marmelada
Tony.
means jam, not marmalade. Marmalade.
I tried that creamed honey and blueberry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. I think I got it in Aldi in one of my hauls. You would have seen it. What, sir?
He's got the zoomies.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now you have to be very careful because it looks like jam. Initially I was spreading it quite thick, but it isn't. It's honey and it's like really, really sweet, but absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, so the word marmalade actually means jam.
No.
So when you're buying marmalade in Spain, you have to say marmelada de naranja, which is jam of orange, because the word marmalade means jam.
Jam. Okay.
So what we're just calling marmalade jam. It's still jam.
No, okay.
It's all jam.
It's all jam.
It's all jam.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Galway.
Are you in Galway?
She says I'm just down the road. Oh, she must. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
In Galway.
in Galway. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I didn't know if you were referring to me or Kerry. We've got into Carl. We've got into that Carl that we're asked. We're being
But I don't think I'd go to the United States. Don't think I'd
No, I
necessarily
don't
go to
think
Canada.
I like
But
going
if
to
I
America.
did, if I got
But I
like,
wouldn't live there.
if I got a good job
They scare
offer
me.
in America or Canada, I would go.
I like
But
Canada. I like the idea. I've never been to Canada.
I've never been to
Ever.
Canada. What? I have never stepped foot in Canada.
No.
But if I did, I wouldn't be mad about it either. If you know what I mean. I just don't want to stay here.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
If I did have to pick somewhere in the US, I'd just probably go Connecticut
But just pick somewhere where it's easy
Or, like,
access so I can go.
Rhode Island, or like somewhere in
I
New
actually like
England, Massachusetts.
Colorado or
Colorado has the highest number of missing people, don't
but that's because they all go into the national parks. I wouldn't be walking national parks. Do I look like I walk in national parks?
you should walk national parks.
I should do, but I don't. Oh, hello. Jesus, he looks grumpy.
He's very grumpy, looks pissed. What?
Your man's arrived. Me stalker. Let me see if I can catch him if he let me video him on camera.
Tony.
Doesn't he look angry?
Woof.
Oh, Cara went in and shut the door. You're too slow, Baba. You have to be quicker.
Waggy tail.
He actually, I think, I
He
couldn't
looks
have,
like Gollum.
but I couldn't have a dog that was like good looking. I like him, rough and rugged and
Bubbly.
bubbly, and he just
No,
blends
not
in with.
bubbly. Bubbly.
He just blends in with this family. I feel. Sorry, he's propped up on top of a diary, resting against me screen. So
It was great, but living is way too. Yeah.
and then
Like,
Jennifer's in Canada.
oh, okay. See, this is the thing. though,
Ontario?
The job I have
in
in
Ontario?
mind is to be a lecturer in a
Who's
university.
stalking who? Sorry, I was just having a moment with Jennifer.
So my plan after, like, because I want to do my master's and then I want to do like lecturing. I want to be a lecturer, and you don't need a master's to lecture per se. Like, you can start. It's someone like in Ireland, it runs parallel.
Yeah,
If you want to do lecturing, you can finish off your master's and then go that direction,
yeah,
and that's fine. But I was like, but only then, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, that would be the only ways if like I had job security before I left.
before going anywhere.
Yeah.
What about somewhere like Korea?
Yeah. I mean, I'm open to anywhere. Like, one of my lecturers taught in Japan for years and worked on exhibits in Japan, because Japan do host some of the World Heritage conventions,
Excuse me.
and they did a massive one on Ireland.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it went. Yeah.
Tony's going to sleep now, just outside the door. Yes. See, who's stalking who? Jennifer. Ha 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 ha.
The other thing is, I don't, and yeah, like the healthcare is kind of a big thing. 'Cause I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Like, I
Well, I
will
know-
never know how that works. Like, 'cause
No.
we did have health insurance at one point through Dad's job.
Yeah.
At one point in time, and I still don't understand that. So I'm heading to Galway tomorrow.
Yeah. Kerry and Mum are going home tomorrow to Galway.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee is going home
She has to be back
Wednesday.
For the
Just to be back up, yeah. I'm not in the office tomorrow, but I am working tomorrow night. Wednesday I'm in the office and working nights. Thursday the same, Friday the same. I think I have this weekend off. Do I have this weekend off?
I think you have this weekend.
I think I might have this. Where's PEI? Where's PEI?
No idea.
Don't know where PEI is.
Pennsylvania.
No, she's in Canada. So where would PEI?
Prince Edward Island.
Aren't you a clever girl?
It's the university.
Must be my genes.
Not from you, love. Sorry.
Well, it's certainly not from your father. Oh my God. Would you like my bottle, Tony? Because every time I open my bottle, you keep coming up. Can you take a mouthful of that?
It's Google. I told you, Mom, I could only chug so fast.
That's what he said. I'm getting it for you now. Oh, it's a dribble. You could have let him have it. Our Tony, right? This is his favorite thing. If you put the lid on really, really tight, he loves empty bottles. That is what he plays with. He's all the toys in the world.
Played with it since he was a pup.
Yeah,
Like
but an empty
puppy
bottle
puppy.
with a tight lid on it, he will spend ages trying to get this off. And
Got it.
that's he's here. God. Where is he? There isn't a top behind those eyes, is there?
One. Pretend to throw first.
Okay, go. Oh my God, Carl left the toilet.
I love the way
door
they. Yeah.
open. I only noticed just after I threw the bottle. Now that'll keep him busy for a few minutes. We can send lighthouse signals. We can go over when you go over to Grandma's. Your next stop is Canada. You just fall off the end of the pier.
Oh yeah, that's
She could probably swim to you, Jennifer.
Innuendos all the time. I know, isn't she shocking, Siobhan? Shocking.
It's amazing.
Excuse me, all I told you was I could chug well.
Yeah. Lads, we've been talking for an hour and 40. So what's anybody got any nice plans for the new year? Oh, do you want to do, what's your goals for the new year, Kerry?
Get driving.
Get driving.
I did some videos and there's this one therapist and she's like, the only thing I can't do
It's
is
that fat that keeps. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to say it.
That is really annoying me, that fold, because it goes red. It's red.
Here, come here.
Oh.
Um,
She's all, see that's elder abuse.
yeah, Carrie and her friend.
Yeah. Friends.
Okay. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so basically I have a quite bad driving anxiety, but I decided to watch some videos.
Yes. We
And-
covered your driving anxiety already.
So in one of the videos there's a therapist and she's like, the only thing I can't do is be in the car with you. So I'm making this video so you can watch it next time, you start getting really panicky. And she was like, she's like, if you can pull over, catch your breath, whatever, she's like, calm down and then move. She goes, if you can't, just tell yourself you'll be okay once you hit that stop sign. You'll be okay once you get to that turning point. You'll be, and just kind of, because it keeps you motivated to keep going until you can pull over if you still need to at that point. So I watched that and then I went a bit hooly in the car. I wonder if you know.
So that's your goal, is just to get driving.
Yeah, I want to be driving and I don't really, I know I'm not going to have a car anytime soon. So just be on people's insurance, anyone's insurance, and just contribute towards that.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, that sounds like a plan. You have to understand you have to know the innuendos to understand. Don't try me. Yeah, so that's your goal, is just to get driving.
And I obviously just want to keep working on it.
Do you have any personal goals?
Yeah. So last year I lost
your sanity?
No, 2 stone, 1.5 stone, something like that. So I want to just keep working on that. And do my Pilates. I do Pilates now. And I went on a run the other day and that was really weird. Because the only time I've ever ran is for a train and food trucks. So, I'm just getting better.
Yeah, that's it. Continue to work on yourself. She takes after her father. Goals. What else are we doing?
You say that.
What about travel?
Send his...
What about travel? Have you any travel goals?
I do actually. So I'm hoping to do the Interrail thing this summer. I see you in the camera. He is a friend.
We know. That's why we're saying he's a friend.
We agreed to this September, and I went. There was a group of us went out for his birthday, And
Who agreed to it? Me?
no,
Not
a
me.
group of us went out, and then there was like maybe 6 or 7 of us went out for his birthday, and he was like, "Oh, I want to travel," and I was like, "Yeah, kind of same. Like, I just kind of want to trot around." And he was like, "Let's get an interrail, or let's just fuck off for 2 weeks or something like that." So I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" Because I like walking and going to like museums and like walking around town and doing tours. And he's like, "Oh, like I'd be down for that." He's like, "I'm just grand as long as in the evening we just relax." I was like, "Perfect."
I never opened me mouth.
The other thing was we were both just gonna go to Italy and drink a load of wine.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
But you won't be coming back as friends.
Oh, we will. I have.
Patricia, that thought
There's
never
no
even
benefit to this
entered
man.
our heads.
Do you know what the fucker sent to me for New Year?
Will you watch your language?
Sorry.
You were on a live.
Sorry. Do you know what the
Gentleman.
person in question sent to me? He didn't even call me. He called me a shit thread. A shit thread.
I don't know, Carrie, about this fella.
Yeah. No, like he no.
Just no.
Just
Okay.
no.
That's okay.
I know too much about the dude.
Yep, that's fine.
The air of mystery has been well and truly dissolved.
Oh, you like your man with a bit of mystery, do you? We're learning something now, lads.
I like to know that they're secretly a Nepo baby.
What is a Nepo baby?
So a Nepo baby is, like your parents were rich. So if you want to go into acting, well, it's okay because daddy had connections to get you in the door. And
You'll never suffer with that.
No, but that's what I want them to suffer with.
Oh, okay. Leave it there. So wink, wink. Yeah, exactly. Grandbabies.
I am so physically uncomfortable right now.
You'll be fine. You will be.
Well,
fine.
I did say to you can come out to Greece because we're going to rent an Airbnb in Greece, an apartment, I think, and we're staying in Greece.
I'm not acting as the contraception.
No, you're not. But I'm assuming this. He's gonna, like, I can always extend it.
Yeah, true.
So you could come out same day he's dipping. If I haven't shoved him into the ocean at that point. Because I did say to him, no, I did say to him, I was like, "Are you sure you could handle going on holiday with me?" Because I'm a stress head.
You are.
Right? And he was like, "Kerry, I went with my ex for 2 weeks. I think you're fine." I was like, "Oh, okay, right."
Got all your goals?
I also want to do some.
Jesus, she's never ending. It's only a year long, you know.
And I want to work on my savings and stuff like that. I just kind of want to chuck along, Ooh,
very nice, Sharon. Long Island. Where do you live?
Long Island. It's in New York.
Yeah. Cocktail called Long Island, isn't it?
Yeah, Long Island iced tea. Yeah. It's like 7-8 liquors in the one glass.
This Egypt's bottle has fallen down the back of my bed. I know exactly what's going on. Let me go get it.
See, I just kind of want to plot, like, just take her over on stuff this year. I think is just what I want to do. No big plans, just trickle through life. Oh, see a penny, pick it up. All good day, you'll have good luck. The bottle's been flattened.
Harry, look what I just found on the bedside locker. Hubba bubba.
Grandma has that because her mouth is dry.
Yeah, well, we can have one. She won't mind us having one each. Got a Hubba Bubba? Haven't seen Hubba Bubbas in years.
Gave me a pack for my exams.
Are you allowed to chew Hubba Bubba?
No, it was confiscated.
I was going to say I didn't think you could chew. Oh Lord, Orla. I have a grand dog. Minnie. Minnie. She's small. She's not too small to be called Minnie. Minnie. Oh. He got the lid off.
You know, you're for baiting bulls, not for baiting the battle. It's a different kind of baiting. Go on. Now go on. I know it's hard with your nutties.
Lee. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Leia or Lee?
Leia.
Leia.
Happy birthday.
Stop pestering your mama.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. Actually, don't. My
No,
kids-
don't continue
kids
to
don't.
pester her. And what you're going to do is you're going to get your finger and you're going to go, Mum, Mum, Mum.
Mhm.
And just keep going.
No. Happy birthday, sweetheart. I know it must be very hard to have your birthday this close to Christmas, but I really hope you had a great day. I really do. 11.
New Year's Eve.
That's a big milestone
It is a big milestone, 11.
because you're out of the 1 to 10s.
We hope to.
Right. So, Teresa, what my plan is, if I don't break Kerry's finger, I am going to video while I'm over there and maybe do day 1 and day 2 together, day 3 and day 4, day 5 and 6, and then travel home and then do a haul of everything I got in America.
Are we going to vlog on the plane and stuff? I think we should.
I'm going to do a travel day, I
You're
think.
sitting next to me, aren't you?
Yeah. For my sins. You poke me, I will break every nail off your finger.
What's that dog doing? Look at him.
Good for her. Jillian, will you sleep in the morning, pet? Do me a favour.
Get your
sleep
mommy
in.
to make you pancakes.
It's your birthday today.
Yesterday. Peckish. Demand the pancakes anyway.
Hi, Michelle.
First of all, Siobhan, sitting next to me doesn't even cover an eighth of her sins.
You are my big sin.
I know. When did you find out about me? 20 weeks. Oh.
Shush. Yeah, we're going to do it all. I mean, in fairness, we're not over there to do much. There's certain things I want to do. I want to go to Trader Joe's. I've been watching videos on Trader Joe's.
I said to you to go to Trader Joe's when we were there last time, and you're like, no,
We didn't have much spare time. Stop it. We didn't have much spare time. But I've been looking at videos where they're trying the different dips and stuff, so I want to do that. There's one girl I follow on here. She gets soup dumplings from Trader Joe's. I wouldn't mind trying. Yeah, there's loads of little things I want to do, but I'm not going to do, like, if we go to Walmart, I'm not going to do Walmart on a haul, because that would just be days and days and days and days of videos. Like, so what I'm planning on doing is just doing, hang on. So what I'm planning on doing is sort of day 1, day 2, and then at the end of the holiday do like a big haul of what everybody got.
Yeah.
I think it'd be just easier.
Also, we don't
have Costco in Ireland, and I don't have membership in the US, and I don't know how to go about getting membership in the US. I would love to go because there's some cracking stuff in it.
Maybe if we just turned up and be like, we're European, help us. That tends to work in America.
No. Maybe when you're a child.
I did it in Walmart. I went, hi, I'm Irish. What the hell is this? And they're like, oh, this is a great product. And then they give me the rundown of the product.
Yeah. I'm going to do the travel day. Or how about actually, I haven't got the book up with me. I actually have a diary, and it's a month plan, and I've actually planned out all of January's videos and all of February's.
You've no reason to go wrong now. You've told it to the people.
I've told it to the people now, so I'm committed.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do travel day is one vlog, getting through the airport, getting these kids all through the airport. Then the next video is going to be the hotel room tour.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to order Instacart to be delivered to the hotel room. There's a Publix near us, and they deliver to the hotel. But I can't get to organise that till I get my room number. So once we arrive and check in, I have to. Sir,
I think I'm allergic to dogs.
I've been going through sort of all the things, like, so it's milk, bread, butter, all this. So I've all got that into my cart already. So once I get there and get my room number, I can order it and that can be delivered to the room. I think they said, it's fairly instant anyway, because it's Instacart. So I presume it's fairly instant. So that's going to be the next day. Then the next day after that, when we go out shopping, is going to be day 1 and 2. Going to the different,
Thank you.
Going to the different stores. And maybe at the end of that, I'll do a haul of what we got that over the 2 days. And then do that every second day, do a 2-day haul. And then the traveling back. So it's probably going to be spread out over maybe a week, 2 weeks. But I'm going to try and do it. And I'm going to be away on holiday. I don't want to spend my whole time trying to upload and edit and do all this.
Especially
I want to enjoy it.
In the place we're staying in, we don't know the Wi-Fi strength either, so things can take longer. It's just easier to do when we're back.
The pool we're going to is heated, so I'm hoping to have a book, a coffee, and be in the pool reading.
I'm having a margarita.
That's what I'm hoping to do. Because we're 4 adults going over, and everybody was sort of going. Wow. Well, we're going to look after ourselves, as in when we go out for dinners and stuff, we're going to split them by 4. There is one place I want to go, and I've been saying this to Kerry, is the Sugar Factory. I want to go to the Sugar Factory. I'll probably die of a massive sugar overdose, but Tony is playing with a bottle. Excuse me. Tony's playing with a bottle, and every so often it goes behind stuff, and that's when he barks. But he's running up and down the hall. It's stuck now behind the printer. So what he does is he runs then, once I go to pick it up, he runs onto my bed and waits for me to throw it onto the bed. That's it. It's my holidays, and I'm using up a lot of my holidays for this. So yeah. Why is everybody redacting? Anyway, so yeah, so like,
Hold my hands, I'm cold.
Your hand is cold?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The little one.
Oh, you are cold, actually.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I mean, I have it planned out. I had to have it planned out because there's so much going on. I just want to know that I've got my bases covered.
Yeah.
Some days it might be crap, other days could be brilliant.
Yeah, it's not too bad traveling with like me and Heidi, because you know how me and Heidi, but like her friend's coming who's never been to America. So I have to kind of take it with a little bit, you know. I have to just take it a little bit more gracefully.
Yeah. Well, obviously she's never been outside of Europe. She's never traveled long. She's never done long flights. She's never done any of this.
You do go slightly stir crazy in the cabin.
Yeah. So, I mean, I am aware that I mean, she needs, but she's going to be here the night before. She's going to be hyper. They'll be tired when they get on.
Benelin all round.
They'll be tired when they get on the plane. So hopefully they'll have a good sleep on the plane. The plane, I think, is 8.5 hours or 9 hours going over.
9 hours over 8.5 coming back, or 8 hours.
Something like that. To do with the jet stream.
Grand.
They'll be grand. They'll be fine.
And we get food on the plane, so I'm happy. There's nothing worse when you're going to do a long journey and you can't eat. I don't know.
I'll have to size up to a 2-litre bottle. Of what? What am I getting a 2-litre bottle of? Huh?
You have enjoyed the chat. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah. So that's kind of it, really.
Sorry, Irene. Yeah. No, he does. He's 2-litre bottles. He's got. I actually got him. you know, the real hard plastic bottles. And he loves them because it just takes so much effort for him to do it. But then all of a sudden he'll my mom laughs, he just keels over on the floor and goes to sleep.
When he's done, he done.
When he's done, he's done.
Yeah.
Right, lads, it is 12:05. So I am going to, it's actually technically tomorrow.
We've been on this for a while.
2 days. Right, guys,
I need a cup of tea. And Grandma's getting a cup of tea, and I know.
Containers, yeah.
Yeah, we gave him one of the bottles. We had a 3-liter bottle of milk, and it was empty. It was finished. It was done. And yeah, he went through that like it was.
He loves playing with bottles, and he throws them for himself, and he runs up and down the hall and everything. He's a bit mad, the lad.
He's self-sufficient.
He is. Right, lads. We're gonna go. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. I could never. Did anybody else find that your days just go in between? They're just gone. Like, right, lads. We're gonna go. Thank you all for keeping us company tonight. It was a lovely night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did.
Good. And we will talk to you in our next one, which I don't know when that's going to be, but there'll be another video going up soon.
Probably when I'm back down.
Yeah, probably when you're back down, we might have a go.
Yar.
Oh, sorry, lads, I can't see the end stream. There it is. Right, lads, we're going to go. Good night, everyone. Thank you for your company.
Night.
And we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.